All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi, across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Here's Ajayi. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. This is Ajayi. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Wentz. Steps away to his left. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. To throw is Wentz. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. In for the score. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, Prescott. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Second down, Prescott. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Nckinnis St. Brown. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
23 yards on the play.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
46.
Prescott yet again, eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Eagles. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now it's a Giant. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now Wentz on third down. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Prescott now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Throwing on first is Wentz. His throw incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Forced out to his left. And that's incomplete. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
82.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Great 15.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
82.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Gets around him. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Go, go.
Wentz to throw again. He may try and run for this. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And Elliott puts this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd down, Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? 26.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys are in for 6. Well, they were just hoping that run would, and now it's blocked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
There we go. Back. 120.
On play action, Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Following the interception, here's Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Prescott on first down. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A second down throw for Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On third down, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line. 2
of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Go.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Oh, boy, when a good tight end reads man coverage, is able to run the corner route, almost impossible to defend. They can use a good head fake, work him inside, and then they'll get him on their back or on their hip and keep them away from the football with their body.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 46 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go, 46. 46.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Buying time to his left. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're up.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It's one thing to be as disruptive as he's been all year. It's another to do it as a rookie. He might not only be a candidate for Rookie of the Year.
No, don't say it.
But
don't say it.
Defensive Player of the Year, possibly.
Yeah, and to do that, you have to be dominant from the first snap your rookie year, because let's face it, everyone devalues rookies a little bit or makes them work harder in order to get votes. Remember Ndamukong Suh's rookie year? I mean,
And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game, even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And out now come the Cowboys. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Prescott now, option right. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Wentz, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing his Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now Elliott. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Back. 280.
They'll run again with Clement. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go. 280. 555.
Now a toss play. It's a Johnny. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Dallas, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the rough season continues as they've plunged to 1-13. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.